teacher go to school?
And here's your...
What do you think of what's going on right now, mate?
These evil little invisible parasites.
Satan-worshipping Freemason morons.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
We're not run by factions.
Get the fuck out of camera!
There are much more powerful international forces in play.
Is this pink guy? Is this what pink guy is? I don't fucking know what's happening.
Please go outside and look at the moon quickly.
It's been crazy, guys, but guess what? It's how it is, mate.
Mate, because I want to do you slowly.
Well, I ain't spending any time on it.
Welcome to the Conditional Release Program, a podcast that delves into the netherworld of cults, crims, and con artists. I'm Jack the Insider, otherwise known as Peter Hoysted for tax purposes.
And I'm Joel Hill, and today we're changing our water.
Oh, I can feel it in me waters.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah.
Can you? Because we're changing our water, and we're changing our lives.
Now, we aren't.
We are.
And no, you're not.
We are.
You're changing nothing except for your bank balance, you fucking disgusting rube, Joel.
It's that attitude that's kept you poor, Jack. It sounds like you hate freedom, the freedom lifestyle, freedom in general.
I do. I hate freedom and I hate exploitation. Look, if freedom consists of spending your days making shitty, dishonest content about how rich you are and then trying to lure your friends and family into a bullshit pyramid scam, then I do hate freedom.
Fair.
But as the Yanks would say, freedom ain't free. To live the laptop lifestyle, which actually sounds quite shit, you need to pony up the money. Mm-hmm. Whether you get it back, well, it just depends on how shameless you're prepared to be.
Yeah, you've really got to push the fucking boat out. Speaking of shameless, here's a CBco plug. Now,
beer plug. Yes, why not? Yes, let's wave aside these serious matters for a moment and talk about beer.
Exactly, because we do shun most things at MLM, but there is one MLM we are fully behind, and that is malt liquor marketing. Yeah, You see what I did there? And the only malt-based booze worth your time comes from CBco. 30 minutes walk from Marvel Stadium in Port Melbourne. Do you want to go see North Melbourne lose a game? At least you'll be pissed before you get in there. If you go to cbco.beer and you don't want to go to Marvel Stadium and see North get thrashed again, enter CRP10 at the checkout and you'll get 10% off their already very decent prices.
On the weekend.
I know, but like once. I mean,
I think they play the Eagles at home this weekend. I'd expect them to win again.
I kind of want to get last at this point, but hey, draft picks are for losers, right?
Yeah. Anywho, what you can do with CBco beer is when you get your cans, just whack them up in a pyramid shape.
Oh, yes.
And there you go.
They're actually worth 10 cents a piece in New South Wales and other states, probably not Victoria. So that's a pyramid
You'd
of
be
wealth.
into that, wouldn't you? You'd be into getting your tokens and getting the cash back at the supermarket.
No. I bottle it up. I bag them up and I leave them out for the bin fairies that come and collect them.
The bin fairies, yeah, you do.
They're not doing well. So bless them.
Yes,
it's my version of charity. So drink some CBco. Bag up the cans and do your bit for society and give someone who's struggling a few bucks.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Win-win. Yeah.
Now blow my next possible beer plug.
Well, that was totally shameless and I feel dirty. Maybe you would be good at multi-level marketing, Joel, because that was an award-winning pile of nonsense.
It was.
Didn't we already do this a while back?
Yeah, we did. Episode 22.
Yeah, it was really early days.
Yeah, it was early days.
I was just a spring chicken.
I was a bub. Yeah, look, MLMs have pissed me off for a long fucking time, and I did figure that generally speaking, if you've got a bunch of gullible rubes spouting conspiracy theories, you know where they're going to wind up in a couple of years. This is a natural fucking evolution.
Yeah. Basically because most of them are unemployable.
Well,
they've got to go the rort.
There is a little bit of that, but look, when it comes down to it, it's scalability. But I must say, like with any sort of prediction we have, we'll say, I think the freedom movement are going to do this. And when we're sort of right, but it always ends up more sad and weird than you expect. And I must say, for all the MLMs I expected to infiltrate the freedom movement and ruin the lives of these morons, magic water filters was not where I thought it was going.
Yeah, there you go. Look, MLMs rely on the gullible and the vulnerable, and anyone left in the post-COVID freedom movement are easy marks for those looking to take the last dimes of out of their unvaccinated and gainfully unemployed pockets.
Yeah, it's these fucking vultures who we've seen before and we'll see again. But let's get cracking because we've got a lot to talk about in part 2 of our MLM series.
The freedom movement MLM crossover has been happening for years, but it has recently been thrown into the spotlight since the one and only Dave Oneegs, Dave Oneegs, who's been an MLM guy for at least a decade.
Fucking years, yeah.
Yeah, started putting his weight as a cooker influencer behind Kangen Water.
Yeah.
It's not just Kangen Water, but that's what everyone is talking about at the moment. So we will focus on that. But I can't do this without mentioning two hilarious freedom movement figures who are using their position as influencers to peddle nonsense.
Yeah, I couldn't detour with this, and we'll go through the whole Danny Bissica, Dave Oneegs recruitment line thing. That's coming in the next part. We're going to have a lot of things coming in the next part. But for now, Taylor Winterstein.
Ooh.
Oh, bless her heart. Anti-vax
She's a
Supreme.
Campbelltown girl, and that's probably a good thing. Lots of very fine people live in and around Campbelltown.
Very fine
But,
people
she's not
on
one of
both
them.
sides of the Red Rooster line.
She's not one of them, unfortunately.
No, she's not. She had an impact on the measles outbreak in Samoa. I want to
She
choose my
did.
words carefully because I don't know how litigious she is and how...
Oh no, she was described by Samoan Health as a threat to life.
Oh, that is not positive. Anyway, so now she's
Got
a
her
threat
number.
to hair loss because she's flogging magic shampoo. I need some. You know, my hairline could do a bit of monad.
Polish that noggin up.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, she's flogging magic shampoo, and that is, you know, in itself pretty funny. But her posts, of course, there's shitloads of them. They're all classic MLM hun shit, doing that one-line paragraph nonsense. The amazing business, the amazing life, you know, everyone else fails and I don't, fuck whatever. Mind you, she can fail. She's already loaded. She's married to a successful footballer. They've got a fuckload of money.
He's just an NRL guy, Joe. He wouldn't be.
Wasn't he rugby union?
I thought he was an
Frank
NRL
Winterstein?
guy.
I don't know. I thought he was like a wallaby.
I just took over. Look, I may be wrong. No, I think Campbelltown, I think you probably, without wanting to be rude,
Yeah,
you're talking about league there. I will check while you go on.
Okay, well, look, we are an Aussie rules podcast, so if we're going to get something wrong, at least
It's going to be in that rugby league field.
It's that oval ball with the steed on it. We can handle that. Or the Gilbert. Who knows? We'll see. But look, she posted this fucking excellent photo of her with her kids and a very bizarre message with it.
You were right, Joe. Frank Winterstein is a rugby union player. Played for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, Penrith Panthers in the NRL, and then moved over and played a union. So we were both right and somehow both wrong.
Well, there you go. Well, let's focus on one person that is completely wrong with this fucking cooked piece of text.
Yeah, now this is what she said, folks. Shaking and crying, all in caps. God made big moves in July. Just try to hang on for the wild ride and pray he gives me the strength and vision to steward these beautiful families in the direction of freedom.
Worth it.
Thank you to all my teamies, old and new, who trust me to do this together. Yeah, trust is... and betrayal. It's a concept. Yeah, it's definitely a concept that runs through her life.
I'm sorry, Jack, but God didn't want you to be successful, and that's why your shampoo business failed.
God's a big shampoo guy.
It's that classic Steve Martin leap of faith thing. I'm sorry, you didn't believe enough, so you're going to have to stay paralyzed. I will be keeping your donation, though. So, look, I just think that shaking, crying over selling shampoo is a little bit fucked in the head.
It's over the top.
There's
no doubt about it.
You know, and apparently teamies are her, you know, downline. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no I in team, but there's teamy and downline, apparently. So,
suckers. We can call them suckers, yeah.
It is pretty fucking embarrassing. And then we've got El Salzone. Oh, man, I couldn't go past this. This is one of the things that I noticed on Batshit Crazy Cookers, which is it's a Facebook page, which is very brutal to cookers. Sometimes I feel bad for them because it is fucking savage. But now her name is El Zalo. Now, I'm not going to say that she's maybe converted to a religion, or she's evading police, or she's evading debts, or she's evading general
Maybe it's just one of those
criminal and civil
numerical
activities.
things.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah,
And
it
a
could-
signature, John Hancock, looks fabulous with a Z in it.
I fucking bet it
A
does.
Z,
Yeah,
I
it
should
could.
say.
Well, yes. I'm still a Z guy. That's probably my own flaws. It's probably one of those fucking gematria things as well. Like, it turns out it means, like, vicious tiger or some shit. But, yeah, look, I don't want to speculate why she changed her name, but I will.
Calling yourself Vicious Tiger.
I mean, these are people who really are like that, though.
Zalo, look, I don't know. We could look at the origins of it, but we're probably going up a bit of a cul-de-sac there.
I think you're better off looking up the fucking Dun and Bradstreet on it. But anyway, so she was selling the Clear phone, which is just an overpriced shit phone with a scaled-down version of Android that sort of prevents some tracking.
But you can look at the parts moving. Do they glow?
I know.
Because this sounds like something I need, Joel.
I know, truly. And also travel packages that were just sort of MLM overpriced travel things. Probably something to do with timeshares. I didn't really bother looking into it because, to be honest, I just don't care that much.
I wondered about that.
I mean, but she did quite well. She made $25,000 in sales in her first month, which isn't bad. But let's face it, is that even true? And what does that even mean? No.
Look, whatever they say cannot be taken seriously.
No, because you can't trust their words.
And
you just can't trust their words.
If it was true, that's $25,000 she's basically lifted out of someone's pocket who could, as we will go on to explain, people who just simply can't afford this rubbish.
Maybe they did have a lovely holiday. Maybe they did. I don't know. And I tell you what, I wouldn't gamble on that. But her new shtick is awesome. It is selling an incredibly expensive website that does some AI marketing, and it's so fucking bad. The website gave me shingles. I fucking cannot believe she thinks this is going to make her rich. I think she believes it. Like, you're
going to need plenty of the shampoo when you're finished with that.
Well, man, it's going to clean me. It's going to clean my soul because, she's like everyone else in MLM. She's posting this insane amount of pointless content about how amazing everything is. It's an entire episode just to get her last 3 days of posts. But she's pushing this residual rebels thing. It is simply just an overpriced, shitty AI marketing platform that does nothing fucking useful that you can't really do with ChatGPT and Squarespace. But she's going to be very annoying over the next while because she's desperate for this to work. And luckily, today I realized, and I think I actually knew this already, she blocked me on Facebook. So at least I'm not going to have to come across her abnormal wailing about things.
Yeah, so tell me about the site. I mean, it's sort of AI marketing platform.
It's so fucking cringe. And what it really is it's just a AI sales funnel. It's trying to basically live that affiliate marketing, drop shipping dream. And the problem is that for every tool that does this, whether it's this residual rebels thing, which is basically just a bunch of fucking Silicon Valley nobodies who are trying to get something going, and they've realized that if they get a bunch of MLM types to do it, you'll start realizing that the sky is the limit when it comes to misleading marketing and insane claims, and you might actually get a few subscribers as a result, as opposed to what you're doing otherwise, which is spruiking the program online, hoping people buy it because, they actually want it, and maybe looking to get organic partnerships with meaningful companies. No, don't do that. Just get El Zalo to make up some wild shit about it.
She might be the mark here, Joel.
She is the fucking mark. She's going to fail miserably, and she's going to make others fail in her wake, and it's fucking embarrassing. But that's the thing.
Registered in Australia, Residual Rebels.
Yeah, it is. But I think that might be a subsidiary. I think it's a US company.
It's only the OBM was created in November 2023.
I think that's actually her. But that's a whole other story.
So.
We're not doing a deep dive on Elle because
no.
Honest,
We're just. All I'm trying to say is that she may well be on the hook here.
Oh no,
she's not a pyramid; it's a trapezoid.
She's even got a website that funnels the traffic and stuff. She's giving it a crack. She's giving it a good fucking crack.
She's having a red hot go.
I'm having a red hot go at one of the worst fucking products I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. But look, when it comes down to it, in this episode, if you've been paying attention, especially if you've been looking at the usual places like Vaccine and stuff like that, you will expect to hear some familiar names in the episode. I'm going to bring them up now. Clint X Morgan, Christy X Ord. That is for the next part. Now, I'm very good at breaking promises, but I swear
we're kicking that can down the road, folks.
Jesus love. I know, right? I'll be doing the sales funnel thing with the coaches.
Is it a CB Cocan?
Yeah,
Kick
it fucking
that
better
sucker
be.
down the road.
Otherwise, it wasn't worth drinking in the first place.
There's a fair amount of cooker stuff going on at the moment. I'm not sure when we can get back to this.
It's been busy. I'll be working on it because, to be honest, this shit boils my blood. But this is the thing. There's the two fairly distinct parts of the Enagic Kangen MLM. And a lot of MLMs work like this anyway, where you have basically people selling the product and selling the dream. That's standard. But then you have the people who are just selling the dream, really. And these are sold as these sort of coaching systems with, yes, names like the Freedom Era, which is the Clinton Morgan
will
thing.
be free.
And it's just not good. But they, of course, take money off the top, and it's a whole thing. And we'll get into the more detail of that because it's really insidious and it's bad. But these are their sales funnels. And, like, that sounds like a derogatory term. I saw sales funnel. I'm like, oh, wow, is that like an anti-MLM thing?
It sounds bad.
Yeah,
it
no.
sounds bad.
They're so
sales
self-aware.
funnel webs.
At the top of these pyramids, they seem very self-aware, which is quite terrifying. So it is actually quite widely used in the people in the MLM game who engineer these sort of platforms. And it is as it sounds. It funnels people into your MLM download. That's the entire thing. You know, automate content, generate leads, get them onto your downline and make them sell bullshit. Magic shampoo, filters, whatever. That's one of the things LSalZone's Dopey AI product to be be good at. It helps you automate this sort of thing. But the thing is that
the website is just
do that for a lot
hideous
less
to
money.
look at.
Isn't it just?
It's an aesthetic hell.
It really is. It's a really bad
show
product.
This to my very good friend who's a designer and looks at these things and sneers at them.
He will not have fun.
And then he could have it. Then he just pull apart the back end of it too. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, go on, Joel.
So look, when it comes down to it, I must say the idea of using like sort of AI sales funnel doesn't really work that well because the most popular sales funnel tactic is, of course, this classic get-rich-quick scheme. And the best way to do that is to lead people to believe they live this effortless life of wealth and prosperity by simply following this formula, this training, these masterclasses, blah, blah, blah. It's not impossible to do with AI, and you could use AI to assist this, but you're the product. You still need to be high-fiving yourself, congratulations, in front of a for sale sign, pretending that you just bought a fucking property. Because your wonderful, perfect life is the product. And all your shitty emotional stories, which I'm sure ChatGPT can fudge.
Knock them out for you, quick smart.
But does ChatGPT really bring that bullshit basic nonsense laced with this confected drama brings out the tears in the crowd? Everyone's
AI-generated copy just sounds like it just reads like bad advertising copy almost always.
Yeah, it's really difficult to make it sound genuine. That being said, none of these posts sound genuine either. So, I mean,
soulless. They use Facebook ads offering people the laptop lifestyle. I've got a laptop, Joel. Can I have that lifestyle?
No, you can't. Oh, no, you can. You just need to spend $20,000 on magic water filters.
I tell you what, you know, me with the shirt off in some South Pacific paradise, that's gonna jag the punters in.
I must say, man, browsing this, my search history looks
it's unbelievable, isn't it?
So many scantily clad women being
hideous.
like, "Oh, my life is amazing."
It's
Liz
just
would be like, "What the
text
fuck are you
over the
looking
top
up?"
of other text and all this sort of stuff. It's just fucking dreadful.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yes, but back to it. The MLMers use Facebook ads offering people the laptop lifestyle and financial freedom, and then bombard them with bullshit motivational messaging alongside grotesque displays of often fabricated wealth. It's almost always contrived, fabricated bullshit. Yes.
100%. And one thing that I will put is not too much of a spoiler alert on the next part, but the people do like to laugh at the idea that Clint and Christy, ex-fuck and Yaya, are actually povo as fuck, not making any money, and everything is a lie. No, they're probably doing quite well. I think they're making a lot of money, and I think they're spending a lot of money to get that money, but I do not think they're doing badly. What I do think they're doing is very fucked up things to get it. So with your average mark, by the time they've dropped a few $100 on the course, so they've invested several hours of time at this point on all these Zoom classes and all this bullshit. They're getting love bombed with these abnormal amounts of praise. Very average people being told how extraordinary they are. All this encouragement, these baseless claims of brilliance, they fuck with people's head. And then once you're in, once you have found your tribe and you become a teamie, you find out the whole damn thing is about selling magic fucking water filters. There
must be that moment. There must be a moment there where you
penny
just go,
drops.
What water filters?
Is that it? Oh, yes. You must only distribute water filters or they'll kick you off the program because it's an exclusive distribution deal. Wow. This is my only job now. So that's insane. But of course, you've already spent money. You've already invested time, and you wouldn't want to disappoint your super supportive coach, the only person who's ever said that you're great in your fucking life.
Gave you a pat in the head and said, "Well done, you."
Yeah. So, like, you know, and then you got to change perspective, right? It's not just magic water filters. They're life-changing, high-ticket devices that improve health on a cellular level. Stop being such a hater.
That does sound much better.
Yeah, it's really good. You should definitely do it.
Just a water filter.
Oh, these guys are such cunts. So, yes, that whole thing is for later. You've got the coaching organizations, you've got the sales funnels, you've got the really predatory con artists at the top. That's a really big rabbit hole. We'll get to that. The level of narcissism and manipulation in that process is almost impressive. Sociopathic, to say the least. And while it seems so obviously full of shit from afar, so many people fall for it. And then they suffer the consequences of trusting a charlatan with their time and money, which is just sad. You shouldn't get punished for being trusting. But
no. And I want to make it very, very clear in this episode that we're not seeking to mock people who have been marks, who have been basically conned by these clowns. The people we're really after are the ones who sit on top and make the money and often put people through enormous financial hardship.
Yeah, it's really unfair and it just should be fucking illegal.
So the Kangen Water stuff was the basis for an excellent ABC article entitled "Inside an MLM Universe," which brought some unwanted attention to an MLM sales funnel that seeks to recruit women in rural areas into the Enagic and MLM business model. That is very much worth a look.
It is.
So check it out, folks. We'll pop up the link. Joel will pop up the link.
Will I? I should.
Will you though?
I hope so. It's already on the
Look, I just gave you a pat in the head. I've just told you that you're a very special member of our team.
I'm allergic to praise.
So get that fucking link up there. And it definitely is worth a look. I'm sure there are a number of different ways to find it. It was going through the Cooker Watcher sphere a month or so ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's totally Enagic
so
that blew this up too, which is fucking hilarious.
And also check out the fine work from Vexatious Litigant on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
Who's done a shitload of well-researched posts on how toxic and fucked these people are.
Really, really good work.
Vaxi doesn't use those horrible terms.
No, Vaxi's better than us.
Toxic and fucked.
Vaxi lets us do that.
We're a bit rougher around the edges.
Vaxi's the president and we're the VP. You know, we're the attack dogs. That's what we do. But yeah, it is very funny that Dave Oneegs has brought so much heat onto this. And also the ABC article does look at the Freedom Era and all those sort of guys, the Clinton, the Christies, and it's really worth a look. And it will give a lot of context to the next part, when it comes out. So in this episode, we're going to look at what the hell Kangen Water is, at least vaguely. I didn't spend too much time on that because it's the pseudoscience made my brain burn. But also check out some of the wild claims that people in the downline are making to get a return on their investment. And you got to feel kind of sorry for them, you know, because they're in the downline, right? They're not Clinton Christie. They're putting X's in their names to sound interesting. They're posting endless content about how rich and happy they are, some of which may very well be true. But their downline are victims, and they are doing their best to make their money back. Some of these victims are also perpetrators because that's how abuse cycles work. But with a little bit of luck, a few insane health claims, a lot of scantily clad photos, and general manipulation on social media, they might just get there. They might just make their money. No, they're probably not going to, though, are they? I mean, look, if you're truly shameless, you might survive in this game.
Yeah,
but you've got to be a real piece of shit.
You got to be ticking all the boxes in the hair checklist for psychopathy, and you should go fairly well. If you're that. I just looked this up, Kangen, Joel. I hadn't done this before, but Kangen, do you know what it means in Japanese?
They do. There is a translation. I think it means ripping you off.
It could, but not really. It's a Japanese era name for the years spanning 1243 AD through to 1247. It's the Kangen era.
How did I not know that?
It may also refer to a Japanese term for concert music performed with wind, string, and percussion instruments. That gets close to it. A lot of wind. A lot of wind in it.
Yes, a lot of wind.
But there you go. So that's where the Kangen comes from. Kangen Water is water.
It is.
That's
water.
important to get out there.
It is water.
That has been alkalized by a machine sold by the I keep pronouncing this as Enagic.
Enagic, I think.
Enagic is a Japanese company that sells water alkalizers and turmeric tea.
Yeah.
They have also recently started publishing a glorified tinfoil hat device called the MGuard.
Yeah. It's got the E on it to make it fancy.
I think they've just gone through the Spanish dictionary there and gone, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that one
that'll do.
sounds good.
That sounds fancy.
And so this tinfoil hat device will both protect people from electromagnetic noise. By gee, it's handy already. And
Yep.
also from having too much money in their pocket.
Good. Problem solved.
Need to get that out there.
Get
and
rid of it. I
pay
think it's
for
like
that
$2.5
tinfoil hat.
grand.
We should buy one for Sos and Sandy.
Yeah, fix them up.
But I imagine they're incredibly more expensive than you would imagine a tinfoil hat device would be.
Yeah, it's $2.5 grand, I think.
But look, of course, the main grift is in the water machines,
Of
and the
course.
turmeric tea is the extra upsell.
Yeah, they've always got to have a fucking kicker in the tail. So, in order to become a distributor, an Enagic distributor, you need to buy the product. Okay, fair enough. And sure, you can buy the Anespa DX Spa shower system for a measly $3,300.
I'll take one.
Well, you should take more than that.
Okay.
Well, that only gets you to the 1A sales rank, Jack. What are you doing?
Oh.
So once you
Maybe
get to
I should
1A,
maybe I should get 3.
well, yes, because at this point, right, you're at 1A. Your commission's on a K8 machine,
Right.
which according to this site costs only $5,907. Your commission
need to.
is only $365.
Wow.
Boo.
So I'm already making money.
Well, not much. Same as your second
Not a
sale.
lot, no.
You got to sell another one,
Yeah.
$365. But if you sell a K8 on your third sale, $730 commission. That's
Well,
double.
That's the kids sorted.
That's double. That is double. So instead of having to sell your way to the top, there's a shortcut. Don't buy just the Anespa for $3,300 to get in the club. Buy the
that was silly.
trifecta. And then you're at 2A.
And you're
Because-
2A. So if you buy the Anespa, but you buy 3. Is that right?
Yeah, well, you buy 3 K8s, I think. But to be honest, I don't know how it adds up to $17,369. But it does
My
eventually.
checkbook's out.
Well, look, either way, this is the smart money because what you do is you spend $17,369 on
Yes.
the 3 products.
Happy to do that.
And then, I think this includes turmeric tea to be fair, and then you can start making a whopping 6% commission instead of a measly 3%.
I'll take it.
Isn't that just genius? By
Just wonderful. Yeah.
I mean, 3% is it's just not there. So don't fixate on that 6% figure though, because that's not a growth mindset. I don't want you sitting there thinking that you can get better commissions by, I don't know, selling insurance or go-karts or anything on the fucking planet, because you will be a 6A in no time at all. And then every trifecta you sell, you get $3,426.
Ooh.
That's heaps of money.
That's if you can sucker someone into dropping 18 grand, 17 and a half, you'll get 3.5.
Exactly. And
More or
that's
less.
the
Rounding up.
That's a laptop lifestyle. That's Indonesian rupiah coming out of your ears, mate. You live in
I've
Bali now.
got my shirt off already.
Now, I just need to tell you, Jack, that is direct sales. This isn't your downline. This is direct sales. You need to find another idiot to join the pyramid scheme. You need to make them fork out almost $20,000 for the magic trifecta. And then you can start getting downline profits from them.
Joel, I have children.
Can
I
you
have
sell
adult
them
children.
water filters? I think you can get them on. You can get
Get
them
them on the
this.
finance.
You
Yeah.
can get them on the finance. So it might feel like it's starting to fall apart already.
My
but
kids are way too smart for this shit, by the way.
yeah, fucking right. Anyone is, to be fair. But look, I just need you to not focus on the 2A, right? Focus on the 6A because you'll be there in no time. Don't
Yep,
worry,
yep,
Jack.
yep.
This is happening, and you just need to shortcut your way through there with a trifecta. It's really simple. To get to 6A, you only have to make 101 sales.
101 sales at 17,500.
I think you can sell 101 K8s, so you might even be able to get there with maybe 30 odd trifectas.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Certainly worth looking at.
Can't be
How
hard.
the hell are you going to sell 101 magic water machines?
Good question.
Well, everyone who buys in should be convinced to buy the trifecta. That's your starting point. The shortcut to bigger commissions. But how the hell can people afford to spend? Sorry. Invest
That's right.
$18,000.
You
Best
are learning.
part of postage and handling, all that sort of shit.
Yep.
Well, that's what we've been talking to. You get them to take out a loan.
Of course you do.
18 grand's a lot of money. You should keep a
you
bit of
don't
cash
have
in
that
hand.
now.
And
the offset
maybe
doesn't need
just
that.
go the finance. Go the finance route.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry. You'll be rich in no time. And Okay, to be fair, the loans are interest free, so that's not bad. Of course, they're fucking not interest free. Are you fucking kidding me?
There's an interest free. The mafia look at this and go, "Wow,
Come
we
on,
wouldn't have the
guys.
temerity to charge this kind of vig."
At least we give them cocaine and gambling debts. I mean, things that mean something, right? So, like, the general thing is you can get interest free periods, okay? There are Kangen plans where you just go straight on the interest and the interest is way lower, or you get the classic Harvey Norman where you've got between 6 and 36 months interest free, but when that expires, the Hum 90 finance plan kicks in with 25.99 per annum interests.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, that's the mafia. That's the mafia guys going, "We wouldn't dream of putting 25 points in the vig."
I'm a Kangen distributor now. Forgot about it. I was doing the gambling thing, and then a few courses came in, and I was all fucked up. Now I'm selling these Kangen Water, these idiots. Man, the vig is strong. Yeah. So 10.99 interest is like the baseline if you just cop it sweet. But if you get sucked into the idea
But
that
if
you're
you
going to
do
pay
the
this
old-
off,
Put it on the never,
Yeah.
bang, smash, crash.
26%. So we're going to look at that next episode as well
26.
because there's a lot going on there. Vaxacious litigant looked into that really well. But this is something that you just can't ignore in this episode because the idea that these fuckers, whether they're at the top on the sales funnel or if they're just peons trying to get back their K8 money, they are trying to get people to take fucking loans out to pay for these magic water machines to then sell them to their friends and maybe recoup their investment. I mean, fuck you.
MLM's not new. They've been around for a long time.
No.
But one thing that separates Kangen Water from other MLMs is how utterly useless the product is.
So useless.
It's really hard to sell something that's magic. It was a fucking magic.
Well, you just lie about it. We'll get to that. But
Yes.
like the Anespa spa shower, I don't think you even drink that water. It's beauty water. It's the dumbest fucking things. Like, what are you doing with this? So the way they convert this into nonsense language is they call it a high ticket item. And this just means it's expensive and there's a massive markup
that's
on it. That's all it is.
That's all I ever thought it meant.
High ticket.
High ticket means exy.
Yeah, pretty much. So if you look at the thing before, where the 6A got the $3,500 commission, you're looking at something around 50% of the product going toward commissions, right? That's just the way it works. Depends on your position on the pyramid, of course, and that depends on what commission you get. And this is the thing, like as you're saying, like it's
More than
fucking
that.
useless.
It'd be more than 50, but go on.
But yeah, it's hovering around there. So
I'd
you
say
got
it'd be closer to 80.
like Tupperware, for example.
Yeah.
That's overpriced plastic boxes. Fine. Amway, cleaning and shit.
They have a purpose. Yeah,
They have a
anyway, I got
purpose.
sucked in. Well, not sucked in. In fact, I didn't get sucked in. I had a mate call me, close friend, and he was...
Oh yeah, that's how it all
and
starts.
he said, "Oh, look, I want you to come over to my place. There's a few other guys, a few other our friends coming
Give
over.
each other hand jobs and talk about
And
cleaning
I said,
products.
well, what's it all about? And he goes, I can't tell you.
Oh,
and then
fuck.
I immediately said, because I think my girlfriend at the time had been approached on Amway too, and I just said, you're fucking selling Amway, aren't you? I'm going to tell everyone. So I didn't make it for the sales pitch that night.
That is very, very good. I love the idea that you're just going to expose the scam. Oh no. So yeah, the Kangen Water thing is complete fucking bullshit. Look, Tupperware is Tupperware, right? Yeah, it's expensive, but Sistema boxes are expensive. You pay them retail. Only idiots do that. Always get them half price. But Kangen Water serves no
if you eat a lot of
purpose.
Chinese food, you may not need to buy them at all.
Fair. Yeah, actually, I put those in the dishwasher.
Yeah,
but then they
don't
crack
last.
eventually. Yeah,
You need to eat a lot of Chinese food.
they shatter. And I don't. I'm racist. So for all the Monat shampoos, the Herbalife supplements, and all like the sort of Mary Kay makeup MLMs out there, this should be noted that this product is fucking useless.
Just
There are garages
no
full of turmeric
efficacy
tea.
whatsoever.
It's just fucking useless. And look, if you put it in this sort of way,
look, it's water, but it mostly. Well, we'll get into this. I don't want to get too far ahead of us, but it's water that's not consumable.
well, yes and no.
Yes and no,
It depends
yeah.
on how strong you make it.
Well, it
It's got
depends. It depends how
settings.
far away you are from a hospital too.
But there's strong Kangen water, and it goes down and it goes up on the pH scale, which is a very interesting way of doing things, depending on how much electricity and how much additives they put in the water. But if you look at the general parallel to things like, makeup, right? Makeup is a fucking ripoff. And if you go into David Jones, you're going to see all these designer fucking places in this smelly room with all these suck-up retail assistants. But the difference between something like Mary Kay and David Jones is that while the David Jones person will tell you that you look amazing in that shade of lipstick, they're not going to then say, this lipstick, if you sell it to your friends, is going to make you rich. And like MLM style, Mary Kay brings God into it. It becomes religious, and that just makes it toxic.
Hang on, let's just go back a bit, because how come you know so much about makeup?
Because I'm a modern man.
My youngest daughter, it just arrives in boxes.
I'm a sensitive new age guy. Actually, the internet probably did destroy the David Jones thing. My cousin, I haven't spoken for like 20 years. She was a DJ's like makeup rep. Yeah. And I remember we used to wag school and go through the DJs, because you had to go through DJs to get anywhere in the mall. And you'd just be bombarded with stink and light. Also, like duty-free areas, all these ridiculously overpriced.
Well, back in those, that was when the big department stores were kings.
They were. Now the internet exists.
It's a lot harder. I got a friend who works at David Jones in IT there and still hanging in.
I've been waiting for my redundancy.
I think 2 ownership changes.
Yeah. Well, look, the parallel, I think it exists.
You seem to know a lot about makeup, but we're not going to dwell on that now.
But the retail assistants don't promise you that your life is going to ultimately change. Oh, that lipstick shade. Oh, you're going to find the perfect partner with that that lip shit. No, they don't.
They're not threatening you. They're not threatening you to buy.
Well, they also don't.
They're not going to tell you how shit your life will be if you don't buy it.
Or they don't mercilessly mock you if you're like, oh, that lip shade didn't work for you, and now you're going to fail at life unless you sell it.
You people just disgust me.
Yeah. So anyway,
with your terrible focus on money.
But of course, the focus on money and the cult-like money thing is definitely something I want to put in the next episode, because I've been listening to anti-MLM episodes of podcasts. They're insufferable to fucking listen to. But they get these people who've been sucked into it before, and they talk about the way in which these coaching funnel organizations get them to do weird rituals around money. And they'll do shit like they'll like go to the beach and scream, "I love money," and then film it. It's weird shit. It's all fucked up. It's cult stuff about money.
It is really sort of cult-like behavior,
and it sort of excuses your obsession with money, because it goes from being money is the root of all evil to actually money is the best thing ever, and it's quite spiritual and quite godlike. And all of this just leads back to the fact that you're making money for these predatory cunts. Anyway, so the one thing that I find with the claims about Kangen water, because of course idiots are allowed to be idiots to a certain extent. There's a certain threshold they go past, and then we think regulators. But most of the claims are fairly harmless and dumb. And one video online, I think I've seen this on Reddit. I think my partner showed it to me. It shows a bowl of tap water and a bowl of magic Kangen tap water. And the distributor in the video gets the dog to choose which water is better. And the dog, who's obviously being directed, we're not fucking stupid.
You don't know
chooses
that, Joel.
the Kangen
You don't
water
know
bowl.
that.
No.
You don't know that.
No, the owner is out of shot. Fucking whatever. You can see the dog looking at them.
Waving a T-bone steak in front of the Kangen.
Well, yeah, okay.
Kangen bowl.
The T-bone steak, fair enough. But if you know dogs, and I'm not sure if you know dogs, you could wave a T-bone steak or just a piece of cat shit in front of that bowl, and that is enough to entice the dog. I don't know if
incredible olfactory senses.
I'm not going to take my cues from an animal that I've seen eat cat shit out of a litter box for which water is better. I actually probably prefer the water the dog didn't fucking choose, because my dog spends a lot of time obsessing over piss. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think the dog is the arbiter of water.
They've got that very strong sense of smell, Joel.
Yes, and they love the smell of piss.
When you see a dog roll around in dog shit, it's just their way of popping on a bit of cologne.
It's just my dog's way of saying, I want a bath.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Just redolent, just fills the nostrils.
She loves rolling in bird shit, and she always looks so fucking proud of herself afterwards. I'm like, you bitch, I don't have time to give you a bath, but I obviously have to. Fuck.
Wet ones, Joel. Wet ones.
No. Dog ownership. Don't do it. Not just once. So, look, this is just the way it works, but let's move on.
Well, the dog tells us,
Yes.
all MLMs drive their resellers to make wild claims about the product. But in this episode, we are going to at least try and stick to Kangen Water. But the MLM universe is deep and there's a lot to explore.
Yeah, I mean, it gets pretty gross, but let's just go down to some pseudoscience claims and some basic nonsense. How do Kangen water machines work? Here is an explanation from the Great Earth Pharmacy website.
Well, they sound reliable.
Sounds legit.
And it reads, the science behind Kangen water filtration machines lies in electrolysis. So
good.
It's
got
you can
electrolytes.
You can lose your pubic hair as well. The machines apply an electrical charge to your tap water, sending the charged water through an ion exchange system. This is all supported by physics and chemistry. This process mixes the positive and negative ions with the water, which helps break down molecules. What are we splitting the atom here, Joel?
I got real Oppenheimer vibes from it.
A bit of nuclear fission in the backyard.
And some of these things might be the right words in the right spot, but generally speaking, I think anyone who did Year 10 science is starting to get bullshit red flags.
Bit of garbage there,
Sure, there could be a semblance of truth in this. I tried to look into the way Kangen works, and all I got was a whole bunch of word salad, and I just thought, you know what, I don't want to spend time on this. But what I can say is, like, breaking down molecules, like, what are you fucking talking about? But
yes.
There is a little bit of a science into it, though, because it uses a process of electrolysis to make the water more alkaline by basically breaking down said molecules of mineral salts that are found in tap water, which is in the form of calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate, which does make the pH level rise. And it's just more effectively dissolved into the water, from what I can read. This only really works with hard water, though. And Kangen water machines, the expensive ones at least, feature filters. So I don't know how this fucking works. They're removing the hard stuff, right? That's what filters do, right?
I'm a little bit confused about this too. So when we talk about hard water, what that means is that, as you say, calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate, or indeed any metal, is added to water.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it hard. It's hard water. It's hard water.
Not
Don't
an
mess around
appealing
with it.
thing.
It's hard.
That's why, when you're in England, all the fucking showers are covered in calcium because.
But then you've got presumably the filters aren't picking up. Well, the filters are picking it up. So what's the fucking point in the first place?
Could be putting fucking calcium into it. God, I don't know. But one thing that I can say is that the water isn't hard enough, or they want that real bleach level cleaning grade Kangen water. Cleaning grade. The machine will add calcium glycerophosphate. Yeah, I'll go with that. And that makes it more alkaline, which is, of course, definitely a good idea, and what could possibly go wrong.
Calcium glycerophosphate, Joel, by the way,
thanks, Doc,
was used by snake oil salesmen as a nerve tonic.
So it goes all the way back to the Kangen era of snake oil. Good.
Yes, it does. It actually reminds me of the Simpsons episode, the Major League Baseball episode, where one of the baseballers gets on Monty Burns' nerve tonic, and the bottle reads, "Warning, may cause gigantism," and ends up joking. So, calcium glycerophosphate is snake oil.
Yes, it is, and it may cause gigantism. Asterisk.
It may or may
not.
We don't know.
We would hate to comment.
If you're going to take a swig, you might feel your joints enlarge.
Yes, just like the Hulk. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Movies are great.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Basically more calcium, more alkaline. Very simple. More calcium used, however, more calcium you have to buy from Enagic. K8 calcium.
Oh, it's a supplement well.
It's a mineral additive, Jack. Get it right.
What is it? Is it just calcium? What is it?
It's just a chemical. It's just in a little tub. $33 for the little tub, mind you. It's the most expensive chalk you'll ever fucking buy.
Yeah, $33 does sound a little steep.
It does sound a little steep.
It's the sort of thing you'd probably pick up at a pool chemical joint.
I would imagine so, for probably $33 for a big tub.
$3 for the small. Yeah.
I would imagine so. I don't think they would sell it in such small tubs because it's fucking insane and people shouldn't put it into tap water, and this is dumb. So, of course, they don't lead with this in the sales pitch. I actually found the interesting information about calcium being added to it from a competing alkaline water machine, which doesn't use the calcium.
Another Kangen water filter.
And they were whinging about how Kangen made you sick because it puts calcium in the water, and I thought it was very funny. It was basically just a showdown of the cookers. But that's the thing, man. They want to make it all about the fact that it's molecules and ions and metal plates and electrolysis. But generally speaking, you need to have a little cartridge full of chemicals if you want to make the water alkaline. I mean, chemistry and shit, bro. So... And I'm sure some water experts can be like, no, you can make very high pH water with electrolysis and plates and shit. I'm just going off what I saw on the internet.
It's not good for you.
Well,
it's definitely not good to consume it.
Well, I mean,
water with high pH.
It's questionable. It's very fucking questionable, especially with dosage. But I mean, when it comes to the Kangen K8 water machine, it's not just alkaline. This is the $7,000 one. It's 2.5 to 11.5 pH, which goes from basically 2.5 is not very fucking alkaline. That's vinegar, lemon juice, and stomach acid. And then you got 11.5, which is the other side of the Kangen filter, which is a little bit under bleach, oven cleaner, and lye. They're at 13.5, but it is above ammonia solution at 10.5. That's good. Now, I must say that Kangen advocates are not necessarily pushing you to drink a jug of water with a pH of ammonia solution. That higher pH water is meant for cleaning.
Cleaning the body or cleaning the Kangen filter?
Cleaning a whole bunch shit according to the 100 uses document that I actually read. But they call this strong Kangen water. It comes with a bit of a caveat. It's similar with the acidic water. It's meant for sort of gentle cleaning and beauty care.
Oh, so external use only? Do they actually say that? Because that's the right term, isn't it?
Well, look, I'm saying you shouldn't drink strong Kangen water all the time. There's the caveat, because there are times where you absolutely should drink this water. No, Jack. There are times where you should very much drink 11.5 pH water. There are times. And you know what? I mean, I tell you what, some days I just feel like I've got a stroke coming on. You know?
Yeah, well, I think if you drink enough 11.5 pH level Kangen water, you'll be having strokes in no time.
That's called a repeat customer, Jack. But this is an actual line from the fucking document. Stroke. Drink as much as 11.5 pH as you are able if you feel a stroke coming on to provide potent alkalinity to overcome severe acidosis causing the stroke. That's verbatim.
If you feel a stroke coming on...
You feel a stroke coming on?
What do?
Drink as much...
Ring an ambulance? No.
Water. No.
Consult a neurologist? No.
Chug that water.
Just drink more water.
11.5 pH specifically. That's the one that costs you money for the disposables. Isn't that fucked in the head?
Yeah, they've probably got a limited liability or something, some Japanese equivalent.
Well, spoiler alert.
I'm pretty sure they're going to kill people with this.
This isn't Enagic saying this. And this is the beauty of MLM. And we'll get to this later.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. So this is basically their sellers and the sort of stuff.
This is insane people in the cult.
Drink bleach. Look, if we can get it inside the skin somehow.
You feel like a stroke is coming on, you just need to react.
If you smell burning hair.
Isn't that just the fucking fuck? Yeah, that is it, yeah.
Paralysis down one side of your
toast, body. Yeah.
You haven't drunk enough bleach water yet.
Is that toast burning, or have you got a glass of 11.5 pH water for me? Fuck me. It's not just for strokes, though, Jack.
If you're feeling a copper sensation in your mouth, start swigging harder on the bleach.
To be honest, the copper sensation's probably from the Kangen or the colloidal silver you've been convinced to fucking chug.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah.
I've heard you're not getting a good night's sleep.
Well, I never do. But anyway, that's just me. What news have you got? Normally, I just go for dangerous drugs.
Yeah, no, I can fix that with other dangerous drugs. 15 to 30 mils of 11.5 pH water before bedtime. This helps release melatonin for a great night's sleep.
Yeah.
There's no citation, but I'll trust them. I'll trust them on that. I'm going to
You'd
trust
have to
them
wonder about that.
on that.
30 mils not a lot of water. It's not a lot of water at all. But
No, but it's
still
also,
would be
you know,
weird.
hanging
if
around the
it was just
ammonia
water, that'd be fine.
spot.
But if it was, you know, next best thing to ammonia, 30 mils a lot. And you will feel a stroke coming on after that.
And then you got to drink
Or
even
something.
more. It's just self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, look, I'm not saying you're going to face radio, Jack, but you've got puffy eyes, and if you spray this 11.5 pH water on
Just
your
chuck
eyes,
some ammonia straight into my eyes. Is that what you're saying?
It'll reduce the puffiness. And think of all the rich women that will want you.
Reduce puffiness and vision.
Yeah. So this is dumb, and you can see where this is going. There's 100 of these. Some of them aren't that funny, but like we could just keep going for fucking ever. But there are a couple other things that I really want to equate with spraying in your eyes. Now, we're going to spray this in our eyes, but the other things that they think that 11.5 pH Kangen water is good for is paint thinner, silver polish, and bug spray.
Oh, yeah. Well, you sniff most of those things. You don't
Put them in your eyes.
whack them in your eyes.
You inhale them. Thank you, Charlie.
It's not
That's
glue,
very good.
Joel. It's not glue.
No. But it could be. I'm sure if you just prayed hard enough, it would be glue.
Super Hands used to say that he said, you know, when he was being derided for taking drugs, he goes, "It's not glue." And then another time he says, "Glue's back. Glue's back."
Glue's back. Yeah.
Glue was back.
I like when Charlie husps glue. It's good.
Listeners, thankfully the human body is a wild and wonderful creation that will simply meet this absurdly high alkaline shit with more acids before it goes into your system, if you're lucky.
Yes.
Which is why claims like this are just fucking stupid. I mean, is anyone actually going to do that? Look, I got a bit of a puffy eye issue. Better just spray fucking essentially chlorine directly into my eyes.
Yes. The answer is yes, Jack. The answer is yes.
This is why our emergency departments in our public hospitals are filled to the brim, Joe.
That's right. And that's why Medicare is a beautiful thing. It's an idiot tax, but I'm prepared to pay it. So, look, I must stipulate that one way you could get around this is to inject it to get it past your stomach, which will then neutralize it. Now, yes, all the other organs will neutralize it. And the one thing that I can say that isn't shitting on these people in this episode is that I did make an effort to see if there was some fuckwit suggesting you should inject Kangen water.
IV
that
Kangen.
didn't happen.
Just mainline it, baby.
Yeah, so that I was slightly happy to see that no one's suggesting
No
that
one has actually come, but they're thinking about it.
They are thinking about it. I'm sure they're doing it in Facebook groups I'm not welcome in. But another line from this great document is that arthritis, gout, muscle soreness, and tissue injuries.
Ooh.
So
have you injured your tissue?
Have you injured your tissues? Maybe you fucked up the box and you need to bend it back into shape. So since high alkalinity draws out acids, you could use the 11 pH to soak in, to pull out acids associated with inflammation, injury, and pain.
Jump in the bath. Off you go.
That $33 tub of fucking calcium? Yeah. Okay, that's a good way to burn through money.
I'm so thankful after years of personal abuse that I don't get gout. I know a number of people who did them, including a very good friend,
I've heard it
wonderful
sucks.
voice artist, Dave Gibson. And Gibbo got gout for the first time in Hong Kong. At the same time, he had a really bad case of food poisoning. So he was vomiting, shitting, and then, ow, my fucking foot.
That's really sad.
Poor man. He really was in a bad way.
Well, look, if you go really hard with this, you'll have similar symptoms because you can get acid reflux and nausea if you're lucky. Yeah. You can also get hyperkalemia and die. It's very difficult to do. It's very difficult to do. But
tell me about hyperkalemia, Joe.
It is possible. So hyperkalemia, or high blood potassium levels, is the most concerning side effect observed in human studies related to alkaline water. In particular, people with impaired kidney function who consume alkaline water with a pH greater than 10 are at a greater risk for the condition.
Big risk. Yeah, researchers are still trying to understand the exact mechanism behind these effects. However, it is believed the condition may be attributed to tissue damage that occurs from metals leached oxygen to the water during electrolysis, which is the way that alkaline water is made.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't live without
Nature.
kidneys. Life is just not fun.
yeah. So there's like this metal leaching thing is interesting because the colloidal silver is a massive thing. You get these little fucking sticks. I used to have this when I was younger, when I was, doing woo science shit. And you put these little things, these little electrolysis things in water, and it turns it into colloidal silver. It turns people blue if they drink enough of it. It's fucking mental. It's really, really bad. And the biggest problem is it's
really bad. I
completely
imagine
unregulated.
kidney and liver, but kidney in particular.
It's really, really bad. I only had a few chugs of the colloidal silver, convincing myself that it was a really great idea. I was such a fucking cooker. It was
You're
fun.
a fucking idiot, Joe.
I've done some shit.
You're a fucking imbecile.
I
Easily led,
survived.
suggestible, fucking idiot.
Well, thanks to other people being vaccinated, I never got measles, so that's cool.
So, in other words, you get on the Kangen Water, change your water to the Kangen style, and you'll have to change your organs.
Yeah,
Generally by
that
transplant.
That is quite possible. Yeah, that is. Yeah, just don't get on the colloidal silver is my suggestion. But
that doesn't seem right at all.
yeah, it's not great. So look, I wanted to bring this one up for starters because I think it's going to annoy you, and secondly, we always have to bring cancer into it. How about chemotherapy? Which is chemotherapy, and this is verbatim. Drink 11.5 pH with chemotherapy.
With chemotherapy.
The benefits are that
don't talk to sorry to interrupt.
Go.
Don't for God's sake, don't talk to your oncologist first.
No,
don't
God,
mention anything. Just start swigging. Bring in a bottle of water. They won't discourage you from drinking.
Don't tell them they want you to fail.
Don't tell them it's basically an ammonia level.
And also, I will say, as a side note on this, at least this is suggesting that chemotherapy is a good idea, which is nice. So it says...
Yes, I did notice this, and there's another way where you can apply the ammonia near ammonia level to burns that come from chemotherapy. I've never had chemo, so there are a lot of side effects that people aren't aware of until they have that rather grim conversation or a series of conversations with an oncologist.
Yes.
It can affect things like bone density.
Oh, it's fucked.
All sorts of weird and
Kangen calcium
and
water,
hideous.
mate. Get in there.
Yeah, well, in this case, they're recommending that because one of the things that can arise from chemotherapy, and when I first saw this, I thought they mean radiotherapy, but chemotherapy in some instances can lead to sort of ulcers or almost like burning sores on
Yeah, so they
erupting on
call
the
them
skin.
burns. That makes sense. 'cause
So
radio
whack
gives
a
you
bit of
burns.
ammonia on them.
It'll solve the problem. So basically,
It'll take that sting out by adding a lot of sting.
so my favorite part of this dot point is they're saying drink 11.5 pH with chemotherapy, but they don't say how much. All it says is
Just drink it.
the benefits are that side effects are lessened. It reverses metabolic acidosis, and the oxidants are good for any point in chemotherapy. Okay,
Yeah.
and then of course apply it to the skin twice a day for the burns. Cool fucking story, guys. At least the other one before.
At least they're not saying do this instead of chemotherapy.
Which I definitely respect. But like before, it was like 15 to 30 milliliters to, bring on sleep. Fair enough. But then if you've got a stroke, just chug a fucking jug as much as you possibly can. With the chemotherapy, it's like, oh, mate, just drink until you pop. What, like, just more is better, right? What the fuck?
And then you can go and clean your bathroom and your toilet, just lick it clean.
These people are fucking psychotic. So we could do an entire episode on the insane claims for Enagic independent distributors. And yes, I am using my words carefully there because it's from Enagic distributors. See, that wasn't Enagic sprouting all that bullshit. Of course it wasn't. This was
They're
from
not going to put
Melody
themselves
Prack.
out there for that. Legally on the hook
What?
for
They don't need to.
gross negligence
Melody
leading to
will do it for
stroke
them.
and death.
It's fine. So Melody is the butterfly project. Live, create, bloom. Beautiful.
Is that live, full stop, create, full stop, bloom?
No, the full
Live,
stop on
create,
was
bloom.
missing. And I knew that was going
But
to piss you
bloom
off.
is capitalised.
And I'm so glad you picked
Melody,
it up.
come over here for a bloody grammar lesson.
You can't find her anymore. Her website's gone.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
She ended up
She's one of the saddos who has been.
Well, she got fucked. basically.
Yeah.
Lots of thirst traps, lots of like naked, half naked pictures, all the travel and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
324 likes, 358 followers.
Wow.
The Butterfly Project Mellow is gone. It's actually for sale if you want it. It's like $10 for the .com.
Gonna have to say it. Gonna have to pass.
She was in there for 18 months, from what I can see from Facebook. And her last post was from 2021. But I think what we need to do...
she's probably into a finance company or Kangen themselves for thousands to this day.
To be honest, I don't know.
So I don't want to make too much fun of her.
She looks like a trust fund kid who can afford it because she was already doing all the travel photos before she started bullshitting about Kangen Water. So the 18 months doesn't include the time before that where she was just posting success shots about how like rich she was and how great she was. And I'm starting to think Trust Fund Kid really fits the bill. I don't know. I don't know.
Either that or someone deeply disturbed sort of fantasist, yeah.
Oh, who knows? I mean, like, or maybe just a basic middle-class person who's vaguely successful and just spends all their money on fucking experience stuff that they document.
Well, she's got a lot less money now, Joel.
I'm sure she fucking does because she's certainly not pushing this shit anymore. So let's not take our advice from thirst trap posting, 2-bit influencer types who really went nowhere. Let's get it from an expert. You want to hear from an expert?
Yes, please.
Oh, good, because no was not an answer there. We have the rest of the episode to do. So this is from enagicwater.com.au from hormonal health expert, D. Zabara.
Zabara.
D. Zabara is going to...
Sounds like a hormonal health expert, Joel.
She has a bit of authority in her name, doesn't she? Every D I've come across in this movement has been a good person. She breaks down the benefits of the Level Lock K8 and the Kangen Water it produces. That's what they call it. I don't know why. It's a fucking gross name. Anyway, this is from her website. It sucks.
Yeah, it says, this certified medical device, that's going to be a problem. This certified medical device produces electrolyzed reduced water, ERW, got to have the acronym in there, which you'll also hear referred to as molecular hydrogen water, hydrogen-rich water.
Cool.
H2O. There's already hydrogen in there, Joel.
H3O, dickhead.
Oh.
Wrong.
Sorry, let me go on. Molecular hydrogen water. Anyway, I'll move on. I'm a little obsessed about it. Hydrogen-rich water, ionized water, negatively charged water, restructured water. Fuck does that mean?
It's like corporate restructure. I'm sorry, water, but you've been made redundant. We have unnecessary expenses. I get it. It's not your fault. You've been a great worker. We've made a good package for you.
Microclustered or alkalized. We're talking about the alkalized water. Microclustered water. Kangen water carries all of these characteristics. I
thought it was only one of them.
Yeah.
I thought it was only going to be one of them, but it's all of them. It's all of those things.
Is that is that because you have to buy more of the supplement to add into it?
No, Jack.
It's just naturally occurring in this Kangen water. You've got hydrogen-rich water, ionized water. So you can fill your fucking car battery up.
This is a bargain at twice the price.
Molecular hydrogen water. Well, H2. I'm sorry. Hydrogen. Oxygen. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, anyway. This is H3O. Look, Jack, I'm starting to think that maybe we're the suckers for not having one of these. Maybe we're the idiot. What do you reckon?
Hydrogen-rich water, where you couldn't go wrong.
Well, the key word is rich because with hydrogen-rich water, we're both going to get rich, right?
Yeah. Put the word rich in there a lot and take the restructured water away. It's making me nervous.
And also make sure you delete their passwords and, take their stapler from them and all that sort of stuff because, it's basic offboarding. So D explains the purpose of electrolyzed reduced water is to restore balance on a cellular level, which is great. Yeah, and this in turn allows us to unlock each cell's maximum energy production and ultimately your healthiest state. It's a mitochondrial bonanza. How can we possibly say no to this? Now, while this sounds fucking ridiculous, it's actually quite tame in comparison to other claims I made about Kangen water. But let's face it. I mean, Enagic aren't making these claims, but
Very
the whole-
cleverly. So they're not exposing them to any sort of negligence claim that might occur in the event of, as unlikely as it is, serious illness or death.
Oh, yes, unlikely indeed. But the thing that I'm going to say here as a caveat is that when I say that these are actually quite tame claims in comparison to other claims, I'm talking about her.
Right, she goes off.
She's a hormonal health expert, Jack.
Like a frog in a sock.
What's the
Righto.
harm in that? What is the harm in that?
Well, she's a hormonal health expert.
That's
she knows.
good.
How do you make a hormone gel? That's. Let's move on.
I'm not editing that out as punishment. That is punishment. It's a very funny joke, to be fair. And so
Where were we?
So
Hormonal health expert,
I know.
Barra.
I was about to make a joke, and I'm not going to. I'm going to DM someone.
No.
Just a very good listener who I love very much. Anyway, so she sells a fucking program called Fertility Magic, and her shtick is about getting pregnant at 40. You know where this is leading, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 5-month health transformation for both partners to build the family of your dreams with, quote, the best overall genetic profile humanly possible. What
You
fuck
could call your children ammonia and chloride.
Bleach. Bleach, have you cleaned your room?
Bleach. Yeah. Clean the bathroom, bleach.
It reminds me of the joke. Why do you ask? 2 dogs fucking from Priscilla.
Now we're going.
Exactly.
Now we're going very old. But anyway,
Well, I'm showing my age. I can't help it.
yeah,
Our
that's
listeners are old
Hey
for
Hey
most
Saturday
part.
stuff right there.
Yeah. What's Hey Hey It's Saturday? God damn it. So I have friends who have had issues getting pregnant. I think everyone can say that. I think
I think there are a lot of people around there.
Oh, it's
and of
fucking-
course, if you're living in the state of Alabama, you won't be taking IVF. You can't.
you
can't access IVF in that
fucking
state.
won't be. And a massive shout out. We've got a beautiful listener who we love very much who's had issues getting pregnant. This is a really serious issue, and it's a very vulnerable time. It's really hard. It's really fucking hard. The last thing you need is some thunder cunt bring you into a fucking MLM by saying, you know what, I can get you pregnant. Now, yes, this is a combination of exercise and all this like sort of blah, blah shit going on. It's very vague as to what it is, but this is taking advantage of people at their most vulnerable.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And then using the idea that her program is cheaper than IVF to sell it. So I can't say, choosing words carefully here, whether Dee's program helps people get pregnant. I can't say that. But the price tag isn't.
Well, I'm pretty sure it doesn't because I do know.
We both get sued, right?
Let them try. This is one you'd want. This is actually one you'd want.
Yeah.
And take these hustlers into court where they've got to explain themselves.
Well, the issue, there's a big red
Anyway,
flag.
what I'm going to say is
go.
how women get pregnant, Joel, it's actually that story. I'm not quite sure you had a difficult relationship with your mother.
She doesn't tell you. Dad tells you, and Dad was too busy. He was...
Well, anyway, it doesn't involve you gargling fucking ammonia.
No, it doesn't. It involves you gargling... Never mind.
That's not going to make a baby. Anyway.
Are we going back to the hormone joke? Because I don't even know.
Yeah, we are a bit. Let's move on.
But, yes, so the birds and the bees are a massive part of this, but also investment. So when she brings out the price tag of this program, she doesn't call it a price, she calls it an investment.
Well,
that's a fucking red flag to me.
Oh, yeah.
A red flag and a fucking half. It is just $18,400. Yes, she says that in all caps before the price. But it's a little bit ambiguous, though, because it's actually just $25,000.
Oh.
But then it's $18,400.
Well, back to that, yeah.
Well, you see, here's the thing. You can have it in 2 installments of $9,200, yet the full investment is $25,000, which I don't quite understand. But if you could also pay up front, it's only $16,000, which you've just saved $2,400.
My God, that's a bargain.
That's a fucking bargain. You kill it.
That is a bargain.
Twice the price. Don't worry about it, mate.
And I know you're going to get to this, but one of the marketing issues here is say if you're having trouble with pregnancy
Conceiving,
or getting pregnant, or if you're of a certain age where that might become difficult, here's, just for only $16,000, you can solve all of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Geez, don't worry about us getting sued. I reckon D might have a problem along the way.
D should be nervous. It's that funny thing of like, and this is a bit of a detour here, but like in the US, you've got that thing of like, someone call my lawyer, and you're like, you have a lawyer? Like what? Like do you have a civil and a defense, like and a criminal one, or like do you have like different lawyers? Like what the fuck? I don't have a lawyer. I know that I'm going to go to Mark Lawyers if I ever have any issues because they'll probably pro bono us. But when it comes down to it, this is fucked up. It's basically saying that it's
really
justified because, quote, it's less
they're
than the
already
cost of one
pitching
round
at
of
vulnerable
IVF.
people, but then this is another level, isn't it?
It's less than one round of IVF. That's what she says. So I can't say definitively, because they always keep their cards closed, whether this includes a Kangen Water machine. She is a Kangen Water distributor.
Yeah.
And she says in the thing that there's a package and it includes everything included delivered to your door. So that part is
What
the
about
secret.
the turmeric tea? You get a bit of that?
I think the full price is trifecta plus turmeric tea. That's what the money is too close. It's too fucking similar. It's too similar. I don't know. I have to emphasize that.
Yes. Look, if you're going to order it in, check the box because you might be missing a couple of things.
I'm really thinking that's the case, and that's kind of fucked up. D also makes really fun claims about acidic water. I want you to read these because they're dumb.
Oh, well, this is way down. This is 2.5 pH.
Yeah.
It will stop vomiting.
Good.
If you take 1 or 2 tablespoons, you'll probably vomit a bit.
A little bit.
After having a couple of teaspoons of 2.5.
You need to be patient.
But eventually you'll stop.
Eventually.
I mean, you'll either be dead or you just nothing left in your guts.
Mm-hmm.
Facial lifting and tightening. I could do with a bit of that.
Oh, yeah.
Spray face and neck, not eyes.
No.
Hey, point away from face.
Yes, exactly.
then rub skin upward until dry. Finish with the beauty water, pH 6, to tone skin. Jesus Christ, that's pretty rough on your skin, that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a good thing, but at least you've got the beauty water to try and bring it up a bit. It's still under 7, though.
You'd be stripping your skin a bit, I reckon.
I just feel like
taking off a few layers.
These people need adult
But
supervision.
wait for this, Joel, because you mentioned gargling before, but I think in a different context.
How babies
brush
are made.
and gargle. Wait 1 minute and then rinse with pH 9.5 water for 30 seconds to restore the natural pH. What are we doing? We're putting it on the toothbrush? What are we doing here? This procedure will prevent or resolve... You're going to get sued, D. This procedure will prevent or resolve periodontal disease and thrush, as well as avoid root canals. Oh, fuck off.
I know. But then again, I mean, like avoiding I had a root canal. It was shit and expensive. I mean, I want magic water now.
All dentistry is very, very expensive.
I could have almost afforded a Kangen water machine if I'd had 2 root canals instead of 1.
Yeah, but it's not going to work. If
Oh.
you spend your money at the dentist, at least, you look in the mirror afterwards and go,
Loser mindset's what you've got.
Yeah,
You need to,
I'll never make it.
You need to choose hope, man. You got to get on the bandwagon. So that's the beauty of MLMs, right? It's not unusual for people to use tactics to sell products. Fair enough. But there is something beautiful and unique about MLMs that result in the people selling them making these fucking wild and insane claims that are impossible to substantiate. Gargle to avoid root canals. If someone gargles Kangen water their entire life and doesn't have a root canal, you can't argue with them. It worked, right? So I just can't think of another sector in the world that does this quite as egregiously. There is special mention to the fitness supplement sector, which has done some pretty fucking amazing work in the space with the creation of bro science. That is a whole other episode, mind you. We're not going down that rabbit hole. But outside of bro science, I think this really is just uniquely special.
Has the Therapeutic Goods Administration been alerted at all to this, Joe?
I believe that the M-Guard has raised a few eyebrows. I think Vaxi discussed that in one of their posts, which, I think that's a thing. But I think they're still selling it. But none of that means anything, because one story that has really inspired me to just join the ranks is that Novak Djokovic bought 24 Kangen water machines.
Did he, though?
Shut up! Now, this wouldn't be too surprising, to be fair, because Novak was called Novax, right, for being a bit of a plague rat, and he's massively into woo science.
That's clever, that.
So
Novax.
into it. Oh, they loved it. They're so good, and they're still loving it. Anytime he wins a tournament, they're like, oh, fucking, this is because he's not vaccinated.
He's won more than anybody else.
Look, he's a fucking amazing tennis player. And look,
that's right.
if any of the woo science stuff that he gets into, I've got a friend who's an acupuncturist, and I actually do like acupuncture, and I respect her work. But he had these little dot things that like get the meridians, and she's like, oh, he's got the meridian point things, and I was like, oh fuck, that's interesting.
Where on his body? Where on his body?
Oh, there's a TCM meridian thing where you put these little things, and they're like acupuncture points.
Right.
It's a thing.
Knees, ankles?
Oh, they're visible. They're like little dots.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I should be fucking cheating, to be fair. He's channeling fucking ancient Chinese medicine. Probably why he hits so well. But regardless, he's also a bit of a cunt. But this is the thing, man. Like, if you look at this, Novak being Mr. Novax and being a fucking annoying pest who, let's face it, went to an event with children with COVID and breathed on them, allegedly. The guy who made this claim, the Enagic distributor, Barry, I believe, tried to find the origin of the photo. It was kind of difficult because everyone's lying about it being them. They're just lying. It's still just lies. I mean, you called it out early.
So Novak, no. Did not buy 24 Kangen water machines. Probably didn't buy 23. We could be tediously counting down, but it doesn't look like he's bought any.
To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if he had bought some, though, because he's that kind of fucking guy.
Maybe.
So, I just don't know. But they're lying. Another Kangen fuckwit who poses in front of expensive things on his Instagram, has 150,000 followers, God knows how many of those are bought, and claims to have 8 million in team sales, has made the totally plausible claim that his friend
his friend sold his friend
Novak 10 machines.
Yeah,
I'm sure you did. Jesse,
for a
mate.
start.
Well, yeah, I mean,
24.
obviously his friend isn't as good as Barry. But it's like that thing of like, oh yeah, Novak bought 10 machines and all the machines clapped and we all had sex together. Like, shut the fuck up. But it's not just lies though, right? Like, to be effective as an Enagic distributor, it helps be a complete fucking sociopath. And after looking into this topic, my Facebook algorithm, it just shit itself. It got so tainted because one of the big things about these funnel organizations, they get these people to heavily invest in Facebook ads. That's how they get leads. So I started getting a shitload of these ads from these morons selling Kangen water, but probably selling Kangen water because because they try and keep it a secret. And that's what the trainers tell you to do, but they're actually not very smart. So they're always like, oh, I've got a great opportunity for you. It has something to do with hydrogen molecules. And you're like, okay, yeah, great.
But don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell Peter Hoisted. He'll give it away.
Who's posting the Facebook ads?
Oh, it's just individuals. Usually couples, a few individuals.
Right. So where would they be in the pyramid?
Bottom.
Oh God!
They're the middlemen. They're the ones we're focusing on this episode because we're not doing the freedom era. We're not doing the rural funnel. We're not doing the ones who are at 6A2 because they have managed to get a fucking downline of a million fucking idiots who they've managed to then exploit to basically pad out their freedom lifestyle. They're not who we're talking about now. We are talking about the ones who are spending their actual money that they've earned from work buying Facebook ads, and hope the people that I've looked at on this rung have 3-digit follow accounts.
I would have thought. I mean, look, a normal business, and we sort of want to wrap up, but a normal business model around franchises, for example, which is not completely dissimilar to this.
It exists. It's fine.
You would have the owner of the company or the owner of the master franchise paying for the advertising.
That's what Jim Penman does. He pays the advertising, and you pay him for the work.
That's the way it kind of works. I mean, as dodgy as some of these franchises can be,
of course.
But here they're saying, no, we won't advertise.
No,
I know it's Facebook.
You advertise.
I know it's Facebook, but it still comes at a cost of preparing the
these
ad,
people spend
blah,
so
blah, blah,
much money. They spend so. I've listened to stories from these people recounting how every day they spend more money on Facebook ads, and they're told to just keep the faith, and they just get to a certain point, they just have to stop.
Hope you're not weak. Hope you're not a weakie. You just push on. You get your head down and just keep going.
You would be actually quite good at this because this is basically
So
what
to
I do.
close the episode, here's an interaction we saw on Facebook. It's fucking horrible, this, folks.
It's just not good.
So prepare yourselves. This hippie prick living in South America wearing his shitty little leather necklaces with wooden pendants
You know the type.
would do almost anything to hook someone up with a magic water machine.
Yep. So the advertisement had the platitudes in the single line paragraphs and the blessed bees and the blah, blah, blahs and the health and wealth and the fuckity, fuckity, fuckity. And here was one of the comments, one of the very few comments, because the ad had
He's
no
got
traction.
a bit of a lead here.
He's got a lead. He's got a lead. He's got a bite. He's got a nibble.
And responded. And
There's a
that
fish on the
person-
line.
And that person said, I would love everything you're saying, but how can this be possible for me? I grew up in the streets, didn't make it past year 7. I'm 44 years old on a disability pension because my head's a mess from what I've gone through. All I want is to make a future for my children. I'm so afraid of where this world is heading. I'm pretty sure you can't help me. You need money to make money, and money is the one thing I lack. Bless you for helping people. That's all I try to do to be helpful, kind. This planet needs our help badly. She sounds like a rather lovely but somewhat confused person.
Very troubled. Jack went through that post without commenting on the fact there was actually no punctuation except for some exclamation marks. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. This is very different here. So we love to take the piss out of these terrible things. You hear you stumbling because you get to the point where you feel like you need to take a breath. You're not sure when to, because this person, the trauma and the difficulty comes out in the text.
She finished up in year 7, finished her formal education in year 7. So you're not expecting a lot.
It's bad.
And on a disability pension. That's the thing to remember. Sorry, Joel, you go on.
No. It's good to flesh this out because I think this is really important. This really fucking touched me. Bless your heart. I feel
so
you.
So this is our South American creep.
I'm not going to name him because there's no point.
No, there's no real point. But this is his response to this woman, this 44-year-old woman on a disability pension with children.
With trauma and what appears to be brain damage.
Trauma in her life. Yeah, go on.
Bless your heart. I feel you, and I have every faith that you can radically turn your life around if you're determined to create the changes you want to see. See? If you're determined. If is the operative word there. You are such a cunt. This business and our community is so expansive and empowering. If this is something that helps you turn your life around, then I'm happy to walk you through as many steps as you want to take towards it. If you like, I'll DM you more info for you to feel into, and I will share some free resources that can really help with your mindset. I've found that our belief is the most powerful tool we have.
Speaking of powerful tools.
I know, fuck this guy. So she didn't DM him, right? Because, this is the thing. If she DM'd him, then he would have sent all the bullshit there, blah, blah, blah. And I reckon that the coaches say, don't DM them, make them message you. Some sort of weird Tinder-esque fucking, pick-up artist type tactic.
She hasn't done it.
She hasn't picked up.
Good sign for her, but go on.
But maybe she's got no money, so let's fix that problem.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the post. Hi again. DM and I'll share about financing options you might have. Loads of people start off in this epic business without having much startup capital. Happy to explore if that's helpful, smiley face.
What a cunt.
How do you fucking reconcile that? This man's a sociopath. That guy is a fucking sociopath.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, he's certainly ticking a few boxes on the hair checklist, put it that way.
I just cannot fucking handle that. So I thought I'd leave the best for last because that's probably the thing that's rocking the most. But the next episode is going to be an absolutely harrowing show of fucking human depravity. It's going to basically look at the top of the pyramid. And the pyramid is...
It's not a pyramid, Joel. It's a trapezoid.
It's a cuntazoid. These people deserve jail. And these wild promises of financial freedom alongside these predatory loans put people into serious debt to chase this impossible dream they're selling. It is one thing to liberate someone of their money. I get it, especially wealthy people. Rip them off as much as you fucking like. They can afford it.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
but they still have a roof.
Just have some ethics, have some morals.
They still have
I'm not going to do this because it's bogus.
But when it comes to the way of making people finance this, that is evil. evil. And all this is
Pure evil.
is to make it so they can make a buck and live in Bali on some weird fucking freedom premise.
There would be Parramatta Road used car dealers looking at this guy going, man, we thought we were bad. You know,
Oh, fucking oath. Real estate agents look good in this guy's shadow. So, look, you know, at the end of the day, there is a large industry of people who are making astonishingly good money hawking overpriced water machines to people based on a lie, and the more we expose them, the
concentrating
better.
on vulnerable people.
Absolutely. And offering people on pension debt traps. Fuck you. Anyway,
Fuck yeah.
until next time, right?
All right, you have been listening to the Conditional Release program with your host, Jack the Insider and Joel Hill. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed our bullshit, throw us a 5-star review on your podcast app. Do we have to keep saying that, Joel?
Oh, we probably could cull this outro,
probably cull
really.
that bit these
I mean,
days,
we're on
yes.
Twitter. You can find us. Sick as a fuck. We're on Facebook as well. You know, look up the Conditional Release program shit posting site. It's a really good site. It's good
If people
community.
just gave us a 4-star review, I wouldn't be dirty on that. But if
Yeah,
it was a
give us-
3-star, I will hunt you down and kill you.
I'm not a fucking motel, cunt. So, look, for as little as $5 a month, also you can join the Patreon. We try and release stuff, and you know, often it's stuff that we'd probably get sued for saying. So it's kind of got some value. So it's good.
we love doing it. We love doing it too. So
It is a good
the
yarn.
the black, what we call the black label episodes, well worth having a go at, because we are a bit fast and loose, and sometimes Joel drinks too much and gets very loose lipped.
I try.
The Patreon is up and
Yes.
running.
Well,
while
I
we got our
did
hands out.
say, give us $5, but that's all right.
Yeah. The Patreon is up and running. We ask listeners to consider throwing a few dollars our way.
That's right. For less than $5 a month, you'll have access to all the things we just talked about and more, because we're just going to try and make it work. Also, there's a massive back catalogue of bullshit. The People's Treat is good. And I think we should do Babbitt soon. The Molly
There
recommended
is
that on Twitter.
so much to do, so little time. And
I know,
finally,
that's my
all
problem,
feedback, tips, and death threats should be sent to the conditional release program at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, even if it's to tell us you've just vomited and now you'd like to get pregnant.
Water filter. I've got it. Problem solved.
Thanks
Thanks,
listeners.
guys.
See ya.
See ya.
I don't think I ever want to talk to any of those people.
Fuck me, you guys are bastards.